Cháu đang bắt đầu đi tham quan Viện nghiên cứu Nutrilite phía bên trong các bạn. Và đây là cái chỗ welcome ha. Vào ở phía trong VS. Và bây giờ gấu bắt đầu đi vô nhé. Đẹp quá.
We're going to come back to this area a little bit later, and then we'll finish in this area here. We just have two other groups starting in this area right now, so we'll come back a little bit later. A rooftop.
Yes. Oh
Okay,
my
cool.
God.
All right.
Nguyên một cái hàng màn hình bự dễ sợ.
Welcome to Nutrilite.
Yes.
How are you guys doing today?
Wait, I record.
Yeah, of course. So welcome to Nutrilite. How are you guys doing today?
Very, very excited.
Amazing. I love it. I love the energy and enthusiasm.
I'm waiting for all my life.
Yes, you're finally here.
Yes.
Nice. Well, welcome home. Welcome home now.
Sure.
I hope I can come here before, but now about 10 years I just come here.
Yeah.
to come here.
Well, welcome, finally, right? You made it.
I'm gonna go underneath you, so I'm gonna be building 9 on
And then
the
switch it.
second floor, and I'll switch.
All right, cool.
Okay.
Well, awesome. We're going to get started now officially with the tour. So welcome again to Buena Park, California, Nutrilite facility here. We're going to start today with a little bit of history about the company first.
Yes.
But before we go, my name is Manny, and I've been with Nutrilite as of last year, or last month, 9 years now. 9 years with Nutrilite, yeah. So I think 3 years doing tours here. So I do tours in English and in Spanish. So Spanish sometimes comes out because I speak lots of Spanish. That's what it is. So you'll hear maybe a word or two. But we're gonna go and get started with the next building. We'll come back here a little bit later because there's 2 other groups starting here in this area.
Okay.
So we'll come back and finish here, and you'll see everything. Take photos and videos of everything you see today.
Okay,
All right? All
sure.
right, follow me that so we can get started.
Yes.
Ở đây cũng có trưng bày Nutrilite này, Artistry nè. Đó, bạn này.
XS nè.
At the end of the tour, we're gonna go to the gift shop where you can go shopping.
Yeah.
Nutrilite clothes.
Vào cuối tour mình vào đây mình mua quà. Yeah.
How long it takes for the tour?
2 hours.
Oh.
We finish here at 3.
Ok, ok. Bây giờ chúng ta sẽ đi qua một cái tòa nhà khác nè. Ha. Ra nắng rồi. Wow. Wow, các bạn coi nè. Lãnh đạo kìa. Lãnh đạo kìa. Lâu quá mới welcome.
Yeah.
Anh hướng dẫn viên này đẹp trai quá à.
Đây chị sợ hẹn sợ.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. You guys are beautiful.
Thank you.
Alright, we're gonna go to the elevator. So, you guys are visiting from Vietnam?
Yes.
Nice. How long you guys been here?
We have 10 days.
10 days.
With the
For
cruise
IOS
go
trip.
to IOS.
We just finished AOS trip
To Alaska.
Alaska.
3 days ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Canada.
Wow. And then
Want
now
to here for
For
Nutrilite.
Nutrilite.
How was Alaska?
Ah.
So wonderful.
So beautiful, huh?
Nothing to say.
Yeah. Beautiful.
Many things to feel.
Yeah. But today when you see this, even more beautiful.
Yes. Sure.
You're gonna see it right now, something new that we have today. We're gonna visit the rooftop farm first that we have here. So here, this building is the newest building that we have in our whole center. It's research and development. So you're gonna see a piece of the old Nutrilite and the new Nutrilite.
Yeah. Okay. So wonderful.
So how long, is it first time in California?
Yeah.
Yes.
The first time
Wow.
come to America.
Wow, nice.
Yeah, so-
Then I need to go my first time to
Vietnam.
Vietnam. Yes.
I will give you my name card.
Yes.
Come to Vietnam.
That's
Connect to
good
me.
food.
Yes.
All right. Good food. The best in the world. That's what I want. Good food.
Chị cầm giúp em. Em đưa cái name đây.
Running.
Okay.
Đây.
There's a restroom here and water here. All right. Well, welcome officially to Nutrilite, to our first stop of the tour today. So this is research and development building, this here. This is 3 floors. The newest building in our whole facility, in all of Buena Park. All of it. We opened this building up 3 years ago, or now 4 years ago, when we were celebrating 80 years with the company. So on our anniversary, 80 year, we opened this building. This building cost us $42 million when we opened this building
Wow.
here. Why so much?
12 triệu.
Well, you're gonna notice a little bit later our research and development facility here. You're gonna see where we study different phytonutrients, minerals, vitamins to come out with vitamins for the future of Nutrilite. Either we want to change something or make something new, everything starts in this building here.
Oh.
But the first thing we're gonna see today is our rooftop farm that we have here. So this is a small farm that we opened up in Buena Park, California, because we never want to forget of the history of California farms. So that is the old California farms right behind you there in those photos. So we used to own 4 California farms here. We had one in Reseda, one in Buena Park. Actually, here in this city we had a farm. Hemet, Lakeview, we had a
Đây là những
Now,
cái công cụ đầu tiên để làm ra được những viên Nutrilite này
are
các bạn.
officially closed. They're officially closed because the last one we closed was Lakeview. Contamination got closer. So they started constructing houses and buildings, and buildings around Lakeview Farm. So we had to close it down because the environment was very bad. The way we maintain our farms organic is nature to control nature. So it's very difficult when there's no more nature around. So we closed it down. But for that reason, we have a new farm, and you'll learn about it a little bit later.
Yeah.
So first we're gonna talk about the history, because a piece of it is here now from those farms. So one piece that we brought from California Farm, irrigation piping. We literally dug it out from Lakeview Farm and put it here like a way of history to remember, a form of art to remember. So those pipes are from Lakeview, California.
Lakeview, yeah.
Now, also, another piece of history that we brought back, the most important piece of history that we brought back from Lakeview, Carl Rehnborg's home.
Carl?
That is the house of Carl Rehnborg.
Oh my God.
That is where Nutrilite began, in that home there.
Oh my God.
That home used to be here in Buena Park. We moved it to Lakeview, but Lakeview closed 4 years ago. So we brought the house back where it began, right here in Buena
Oh my
Park,
God.
California.
Can you come
Everything,
here?
we're gonna see everything, yeah. So everything in that home is originally owned by Carl, and it's exactly how they used to have it. We only changed one thing there, is the outside. The outside material, it was getting old. So the original material of the home is right there. That is the original material of the home.
Cái nhà ở phía ngoài
Carl
dạ dạ.
Rehnborg.
Cái nhà ở phía ngoài là cái nơi mà Carl Rehnborg lần đầu tiên làm về dinh dưỡng Nutrilite này các bạn, nhưng mà đã được thay thế bằng cái nguyên liệu sạch, nguyên liệu mới rồi, do nó lâu đời quá nó bị mục, và họ đã lấy những cái mảnh mục đó để họ làm nên những cái khung hình như thế này. Và đây là những cái mái ngói của cái nhà lần đầu tiên mà ngài Carl Rehnborg đã làm.
And now you can see a little picture here of the home that he had, the Kwanzaa hut. Same thing, one like that.
Yeah.
Only thing is that material is right here now as well. Yeah. So this home, it wasn't even a home. He actually bought this when he got back from China, because that's where the story began.
Yeah.
So when he got back from China, he didn't have much money. He only had $24 in his pocket.
24.
But he came back with something much more valuable. It's all the studies of the culture that he learned out in China. Because when he was there, on the farm that he was working at, for the company he was working with, the people were much more healthier than the people in the cities, even though they were very, very poor. But the reason why is because their diet, the plant fruits and vegetables they were growing, what are they doing all day? Exercising all day there on the farm, hard work, and less contamination in the environment. So he noticed a big difference in the way people were living on the farms. So when he learned about these plants, he also started studying a plant called alfalfa plants. He studied alfalfa plant because he noticed that cows on the farm were eating alfalfa and they were producing more milk and they were bigger and stronger. And he goes, there must be something in this plant that maybe we can benefit from. So I'm gonna study it. So the first plant that Carl studied in China was alfalfa plant. So the logo of Nutrilite is the alfalfa plant because it's the first plant that he studied there as well. From there, he comes back to California in 1927. Not much money, but he buys himself the Kwanzaa hut. It's called the Kwanzaa hut. He bought it because it was during World War II. After World War II, he bought it. It's where the soldiers were storing all their equipment inside. But he turned it into a small home for his family, and right next door he had the manufacturing where Nutrilite began. So everything he owns is right in that home. Yeah, and we're gonna go inside
Yes,
and see exactly
sure.
now.
Bây giờ bạn này sẽ dẫn mình vào cái nơi, cái căn nhà, cái hình ảnh cái căn nhà lần đầu tiên ngài Carl Rehnborg đã làm nên dòng dinh dưỡng số 1 thế giới. Yeah.
So here's a picture of Carl Rehnborg.
Yes.
At a little older age, but when he was working here in Buena Park as well and in Lakeview. He's waiting outside for you guys.
Yeah.
Take a photo there if you like.
Yes.
And before we go inside the house, I want to explain more of the history, the beginning of the company, how it all began.
Yes.
So, like I mentioned, Carl moved to China. He lived in China from 1915 till 1927. And he moved there because at the time, he was working with a company called Carnation. Carnation is a milk company. They sell milk. Milk, yeah. So they were selling milks here, and he did very well with sales. And then they sent Carl to China to help the people there with calcium in their diet. But it went very bad when he got there because the company didn't know that most of the people in China are lactose intolerant. They couldn't drink any of this Carnation product because it was all dairy product. So he goes, what am I gonna do? I'm not making any sales. I need to help the people out here. I need money too. What am I gonna do? That's when he decided to go and work at the farms that I was talking to you about, Carnation in China. When he was at the farms, he noticed the way people were working and eating there. So exercise, good diet. But in 1926, he got put into prison because the Revolutionary War began in China. When the war began in China, he was in prison for a whole year because he didn't participate. And in prison, he noticed lots of people started dying. He was at the part dying too, almost dying, because he needed food to survive. So what does he do? In prison, he says, I'm gonna make my first supplement, because he learned about minerals and vitamins. And what does he do? He finds a pot, and in the pot, he puts plants and herbs that he found from the campground. He puts inside rusty nails, old nails from the beds they were sleeping on inside to consume iron. And then put inside dead animal bones. He scraped them down, put them inside to consume calcium. Now, did not have a good soup flavor. It was gross. It was nasty. But the people that ate that soup and himself survived that year in prison eating that supplement that he made after all the studies that he did over there in China. That's when he realized the importance of minerals and vitamins and nutrients in our life to live an optimal, healthy lifestyle. From there, 1927, war is over. He comes back to California, again with only $24 in his pocket, and he's like, you know what? I need to continue making these formulas. I need to keep researching more and more on how we can benefit our health, these vitamins and minerals. So he buys himself this Kwanzaa hut, and he lives here for 4 years with his family, and he began Nutrilite right in here. So follow me inside.
Okay. Thần thái quá tuyệt vời. Đây mình đang bước vào cái nơi đầu tiên, cái căn nhà đầu tiên. Wow.
Carl Rehnborg, người sáng lập ra Nutrilite, một hãng dinh dưỡng nổi tiếng số 1
và
thế
phu
giới.
nhân.
Welcome to Carl Rehnborg's home. Everything you see here is originally how he used to have it. It's everything owned by Carl Rehnborg and his family here as well. Now, everything original. Now, nothing. I'm going to explain to you a little bit about this room, and in a little bit, we'll go to the next room. So, we're going to start right over here. Over here, we have 2 original photos of Carl and his wife, Edith Rehnborg. So, that's Edith Rehnborg. His wife was a smart businesswoman. She actually started artistry. Artistry used to be called Edith Rehnborg Cosmetics.
Oh my God.
The way she began the company is she put on her skin inside the lab with Carl concentrations of plants, vegetables, minerals, vitamins, all together experimenting, and some of those formulas helped her like anti-aging creams. So he told them, let's start a makeup company, do cosmetics. 4 products, call it Edith Rehnborg Cosmetics, and when that sold to Amway, Amway changed the name to Artistry. But it began with Edith Rehnborg.
Người sáng lập ra dòng artistry.
Then right over here, we have original photos of Carl when he was traveling all through China and Europe. He loved photography, so those are some of his cameras there that you see as well. We have books in the corner over here because he read every single day about beauty, nutrition, science, nature, always learning something new on how he can better his product. But my favorite part, sofa bed. This is where they slept. It would open up and 3 of them slept in this small room.
Oh.
So it was the father, the mom, and Dr. Sam Rehnborg slept right here in this bed.
Một cái căn phòng nhỏ bé này, 3
Dr.
người.
Sam Rehnborg is 83 years old, and he still works here. Monday through Thursday, 9 to 5. He's still active, very involved with the farms, with the with Nutrilite. It's really amazing to see the product that he has with them with Nutrilite. Always continuing his dad's studies and everything that he invested his time.
Kinh khủng. Yeah.
Now, right over here is the bathroom. Everything inside the bathroom is also theirs. If you want to walk inside and see a little bit, you guys are able to. And then once you're done, I'll be right over here waiting for you.
Oh, when they make the nude.
Oh my god. Đây là cái căn toilet mà nguyên thủy luôn của ngài đã sử dụng trong quá trình gia đình đã sử dụng.
Lát nữa đi để nó
Vô rồi xong rồi chụp hình.
Nó cho mình thời gian để chụp á anh, nó cho mình thời gian để chụp á.
Alright, so everyone is the same right around here.
Okay.
I'm going to show you everything I have right behind me. This is my favorite part right here.
Đây là
Alright, so welcome to Nutrilite. This is Nutrilite right here. This is where it all began, in this small room.
Yeah.
So everything you see is Carl Rehnborg's machines. He either invented or designed this here. Now, number 1 question of the day is, why should we take Nutrilite? And this is the answer, very simple. Nutrilite is the only vitamin and mineral brand to grow, harvest, and process their own plants, fruits, and vegetables in their own organic farms. We control everything from seed to supplement, every single step of the way, assuring that we have high levels of nutrients in our tablets and that we have no contamination, no bacteria, every single step of the way is very important. But we do this because Carl Rehnborg did it too. He showed us how to do it. So today, I'm going to show you how he made his vitamins back in the day, alright?
Yes, sure.
Alright, so the very first plant that he grew was the very first plant that he studied, which was the...
Sit, hả?
What was the first plant that he studied? You guys remember?
Yeah. Loài cỏ.
Grass.
Yeah, alfalfa. Yeah. So alfalfa, he grew it. It helped the cows in Carnation Farm to produce more milk. So he found out some nutrients from that and he says, I want to grow it. So here in Buena Park, he grew alfalfa. By himself, he goes to get these plants, cuts the plants out using a scythe.
Wow.
He used this scythe here.
Oh my god.
He cut the plants out, he puts it on top of a grinder. He designed this plant to grind the plants down. And then they came out like this, in bits and pieces. Now, from there, he needs to dry this material because he wants to extract nutrients from it. But how does he do that? Well, in those days, over here in this little corner, that used to be a door that would go into a drying room. So he would dry plants. We didn't have the space to put it here because it was too big. So on the roof, so we took it out. But he dried for about 10 minutes, takes the plant out, and now it's raw material. But now he needs to extract nutrients from here. How does he do that? Well, he brings the plant right over here. He squeezes water and alcohol. And he squeezed the juice out, and the juice came out like this.
Wow.
Now, from here, the interesting part about this is that those cans there, they're not for extraction of nutrients. Those cans are actually milk cans for Carnation where he used to work. But he just reused it to extract nutrients from the plant now. Genius. From there, he has this. But this liquid has alcohol, water, and nutrients from the plant. He needs to separate the alcohol and water. He doesn't want that in his vitamin. He only wants nutrients. So how does he do that? Well, in 1940, he bought a still. In order for him to even use this still, he needed a permit. Because in the US in 1940, the use of alcohol was prohibited. So he went to the government, he told them the reason why he needs this machine for his production line, and the government gave him a permit for only $22. That's the old permit, official one. So from there, he puts the juice inside from that machine in here, turns it on, separates alcohol, water, and all the nutrients start to fall into that bucket right there. They separate so easily because nutrients from plants or fruits, they're very thick or dense. It's kind of like you know when you're preparing a cake, when you're making a cake, that material, that's how nutrients dense it looks. Now from there, those nutrients now they go back into the dry room, but they dry for 24 hours. And the reason why is because like today, we don't use heat. Heat kills nutrients of plant fruits and vegetables. So we use natural air. The next morning, in 24 hours, his concentration powder. He had his essential nutrients that he needed for his formula, for his vitamins. Now from there, he blended his premix, vitamins, minerals, plants, all together 30 minutes. And then once it was done, he had his formula blend. His formula blend is what he used for compression of his tablets. This was the very first compression machine that he ever designed. Advanced technology right here. Now from there, he also invented a machine to fill his capsules. And today, I'm gonna show you how he filled them because we have the machine he invented right here. Alright? So this is number 8 out of 10. And you can see right here, number 8 out of 10. He only invented 10 of these. Now, this machine was for capsule filling. I'm gonna use it right now. I'm gonna use it right now and I'll show you right now why we use them. So, in 1934, he came out with the very first Nutrilite supplement. Very first. It was called Vita 6. Vita 6 contained 3 multivitamins and 3 multiminerals. And actually, fun fact, that was actually the very first supplement in US. He was the pioneer in the supplement and vitamin industry and phytonutrient studies as well. So he invents this machine because Vita 6, people loved it. People loved it because in 1930s, there wasn't medicine that you can take and not get ill or not get sick. So they were taking Vita 6. But there was one problem with Vita 6. One problem with Vita 6. It was nasty. It was so gross to taste. The taste was horrible because it was vitamins and minerals liquid. So it was gross, yeah. So people says, you know what? I don't want to take it. And he goes, you know what? I would sell more if you can't taste or smell it. So what does he do? He finds 2-piece capsules in 1940. He makes this machine 100 holes, 100 holes. And then he gets the largest piece of the capsule, puts them inside, and then he starts to fill them up one by one.
Oh my God.
So, a little bit of alfalfa right here, all the way to the top. And then he scrapes this off. And this is where you do magic. They all came out like that.
Oh my God.
That's where everyone goes, wow. 1, 2, 3.
Wow.
There you go.
Magic.
And then the second piece capsule on the vitamin. And there you have it. Vitamin.
Wow.
From there, he put it here because he has to weigh and measure. Because everything he had in his boxes need to be found too. He wants to assure that he wasn't lying about his nutrition facts, everything he had on his box. So he weighs and measures them right over here. From there, now all he has to do is what? The last step is what? What's the last thing? Last step.
The last step.
Design.
Maintain.
No, last step for production is usually packaging.
Packaging.
Yes.
Wow.
So he puts them into this bucket, but in those days, there wasn't no packaging. There wasn't packaging, it didn't exist. So he invented his own, and it's right over here. So come over here.
Đóng gói. Cuối cùng mình làm thành viên rồi, bây giờ đóng gói. Lúc đó đóng gói sao? Đóng gói bằng cái này.
So we have tablets on one side, capsules on the other. 31 on each side, one for each day out of the month. Right below here, original bottles from 1940s. 1940s. He put them in their place.
1914.
And then, you ready?
1914.
Yeah.
He filled them up. Check this out.
Oh my God. Oh God. Oh God. Oh God. Yeah. Oh my God.
And there you go.
Yeah. Wow. Wow.
Wow. 31 on each side, one for each day.
30. 30.
Ready to be sold.
Thông minh ghê luôn á.
Given to clients.
Yeah.
Now, He would just put them back on here and put them in the little slots there. Now, I love this part of the tour. It's my favorite part because two reasons why. One, it shows you that Carl Rehnborg was an absolute genius. A genius. He did not have no other supplement company that he could visit and take ideas from. Why? Because no one else existed. He was the very first pioneer supplement company here in the US. He couldn't get ideas from anyone else. He would read his books every single day, study something new. He was working every single day very, very hard. So he was an absolute genius. He even used milk cans for extraction of nutrients. So he was absolutely a genius. It also, I love this part because it shows us how he was. He also had lots of patience, love, and perseverance for what he was doing. That made him keep going. Patience, love, and 10 years to grow his business in the US, another 12 years to go international to Canada. So 22, 23 years in total it took him to grow his business. But lots of patience, love, and perseverance. He knew he was on something with one goal, to help everyone live an optimal, healthy life. That was his goal all the time. That was Carl Rehnborg's production line. What do you think?
Yes, so great.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yes.
I cannot
Another thing right over here. This is his office. This is where he read his books, drank his coffee, his glasses, his phone. No iPhone, much older, much older. But right up here, we have a dream that he had. He wanted to build a boat. Why? Because he finds out there's plants and minerals in the ocean. So he starts to scuba dive to study them as well. So he wants to study the ocean now. So he starts to build a boat to go scuba diving. But he didn't finish, he finished the boat. He didn't get to use it. He got a little ill at the age of 80, and then he passed away at the age of 86. But we have it here to remember us, an important thing that he left behind, is that age is nothing but a number. It's never too late or too early to learn something new.
Sure.
If we have the desire, we can go out and do that. The same thing that he did as well. Age 50, 60, he was still studying those minerals in the plants in the ocean, seeing how he can use it in his vitamins for the future as well. So we always show them that the desire is to learn something new and make our product even better. So this is where it all began. Now in Nutrilite here, we have everything. Everything comes out from Buena Park Nutrilite. We have packaging, production line, quality assurance, research and development, offices, 22 acres. Everything in the 22 acres is in this room right now. So production line, packaging, quality assurance right here behind you with this machine, research and development right over here in the corner as well, and his office right here. Everything that he needed. He even had a home right next door. So that is the house of the founder, Carl Rehnborg.
Oh my God.
What do you think?
Wonderful.
Great.
We proud of him.
Yes.
Yeah, proud of Nutrilite.
Yes.
Nutrilite #1
Nothing
in the
to say.
world.
Many things to feel.
Yes.
Again.
Now, if you would like to take some photos,
Take photo.
feel free to take a photo. Yes.